Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Collection Corner here on the WRESTLEDUDE YouTube channel, where I have, I would say, a smaller haul today of some still very awesome, very interesting stuff. Before we get started, as you guys always know with the Collection Corner videos, at the end of it, let me know in the comment section below what one thing from this entire showcase here do you think is basically the coolest item. Let's go ahead and hop into it here with actually something that was meant to be shown off in the last Collection Corner video, but I actually kind of forgot about it, which is funny because it was sitting right here below my desk, like up here's the top of it. There are shelves kind of underneath it, and it was literally sitting on the shelf beneath me, and I completely ignored it. So it's going to be the first thing that we look at here today, and it's actually multiple things, but it is this collection of DC comic books that I got from Myers. It's like 4 different comic books in one, and obviously the first one caught my eye immediately. It's Batman 89, obviously from the 1989 Batman film. Looks pretty cool, honestly. I was expecting it to be just this one comic book series, but it's actually multiple different kinds. So we have Batman 89, and then we have the Red Hood, which I'm interested in. I've never really read that many like DC comic books rather than just like Batman comic books. I've read like some Suicide Squad stuff, so yeah, that I've always found interesting. Speaking of which, we have Task Force Z, which is like the Suicide Squad, except they're all zombies, and the cover is like Bane as a zombie, which sounds pretty awesome, so I'm pretty excited to read that one. And then finally, we have a comic book that just fell on the floor. Finally, we have a Catwoman comic book. So they're all fairly short, seemingly. Oh, and we have an ad for Scoob on the back. Everyone remembers that classic movie Scoob that'll be remembered for generations. But yeah, a very nice little collection of comic books. I'm definitely interested to see what the heck this Batman 89 comic book is about. I don't know if it's just like a retelling of the Batman 89 movie. I don't know. Let's see. I mean, there's some Joker thugs here and there, as you can see. There's an ad for Whistle, a new comic hero. Huh, interesting. Okay, well, I'll have to read those at some other point, but yeah, those are some pretty interesting comic books. There were a couple other like collections of comic books. Who knows? This says 1 of 6 for these like Batman 89, so this might be like a multiple part thing, which honestly I wouldn't mind trying to pick up all these. I don't know, depending on how good this first one is. But yeah, that was something that was supposed to be in the last episode. Unfortunately, like I said, didn't get to showcase it, so thankfully we got it done right here at the beginning for you on this episode. Let me know if you've read any of those comic books, and without spoiling things, let me know if they're any good. Now, getting on to the stuff that I've more recently bought, which honestly, the last Collection Corner video that I released, that one I only filmed like a week ago, and now it's a week later and we already have enough stuff to say for another episode. Like, this is quite a bit of stuff. So this next thing that I'm going to show off was actually part of a like a mystery box thing, like off of a website called Fig Tea Pop Shop or something like that. My apologies. But they were doing something where like you buy a random numbered box and you get a random AEW action figure. And you get the chance of winning like a chase, like a very rare figure, you know, like some exclusive stuff. And I was thinking like, okay, I have quite a few like AEW action figures. Like I would like to try my hand at maybe getting one that's pretty awesome, pretty rare, or maybe one that I don't have in the collection yet. So I kicked in, and they actually let you pick the number box. I don't know why I went for this one, but I picked the box number 24. And wouldn't you know it, I ended up getting Jake Hager. If you guys remember from a previous episode of, or actually it might not even have been a Collection Corner video. I think it might have just been like a video I did on its own of like a giant AEW action figure haul that I got. I tell a story about Jake Hager. So if you guys didn't watch that, I'll give you the quick rundown. Everywhere that I went, whenever I go looking for AEW action figures at the store, really the only one that I've ever really found consistently is Jake Hager. And then finally, when I got into collecting a few more AEW action figures for my shelf, the one that I really, really needed to complete my inner circle set was Jake Hager. But before then, every time I would see this figure at the store, I would just shake my head, look at it, and say, like, fucking Hager, man. So when I opened up that mystery box and I pulled out Jake Hager, and even then it wasn't even the Chase Jake Hager, which apparently there is a Chase of this, but when I saw it, I was like, of all characters, of all the figures that I could have gotten out of this whole raffle thing, honestly, it could have been any other repeat figure, and I would have at least had the joy of thinking like, hey, I could make a custom figure out of this, but no. Had to be Jake Hager. There, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna resell this, or maybe give it to somebody that needs a Jake Hager for their collection. Who knows? But yeah, it's a very fun idea. I don't really do a lot of gambling. I don't really do like lottery or really anything like that. I'll maybe do like a dollar scratch off like every now and then, but I don't know. I was just feeling the luck with the raffle. Obviously, I must have picked the wrong number, 24. I don't even know why I picked that, but I don't know. Hey, actually, maybe that might be the connection because Jack Swagger in WWE, Jake Hager, did win Money in the Bank, I believe, at WrestleMania 24. So maybe that's why he was in box number 24. But yeah, kind of unfortunate picking that one. But hey, a little teaser for a future episode. I do have a very interesting AEW action figure on the way that I have some interesting stuff for. I guess I can kind of tease a little bit more. It's a Cody Rhodes action figure, but I'm going to make it into a custom Cody Rhodes action figure, and you guys can kind of guess what exactly I'm going to do with that. Speaking of customs, we're going to move on to this. Now, in a previous episode, I talked about how I got a Kyle O'Reilly figure, and I went ahead and did some custom work on it. Now, before, I had the mohawk, like, up here on his head, but that was back when I was going to do a custom of him when he was still in NXT. And then obviously since that episode came out, he went to AEW, he cut his hair, and so I actually had to like take a knife and a file and actually file down the hair. It's actually still not all the way down, but this is as good as it's gonna get. And I decided to recreate his gear from his AEW debut. So it's sort of like this black gear with like white trim and everything. Goes all the way around the back of it. There was some pictures posted on Twitter of some people that recreated this actual gear like in the WWE video games. So I used that as sort of like my base model to model this after, but it was fairly simple. Just painted the trunks black and, you know, did some little touch-up work with the white paint. Actually, this logo on the kick pad or the knee pad right here, I didn't even have to change, so that was actually quite nice. Yeah, I don't know if I want to go all in on collecting, because I picked up Kyle O'Reilly just because, like, I think he's great. I think he's an awesome wrestler. But I don't know if I'm going to pick up Bobby Fish, and I don't know if I'm going to pick up Adam Cole, so that way I have all those guys on my AEW shelf. I actually just took, since he got signed to AEW, I took my Jake Atlas action figure that I showed off on a previous episode, and I put him on my AEW shelf. So who knows? At some point, maybe some of these other wrestlers will end up on my AEW shelf. Who knows? It could be Tegan Knox, Tony Storm. Who knows? Any of these other people that got released. Karrion Kross, Scarlett Bordeaux. Who knows? Maybe we'll see in the future. But yeah, very happy to get that custom figure done myself. But this next custom figure, I did not do myself. I actually picked this up off of Mercari. But to give you guys a little bit of a tease, this is something that I also picked up from the same people that I got this mystery figure from. I also picked up this. This is the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. It's got the orange logo on it and the gray trim. Now you may be wondering to yourself, well, if I have this belt, then who did I pick up to display with that championship? Well, I guess it's kind of been a secret, but it's a secret no more. It is a custom Buddy Murphy. I mean, if you're wondering what custom this is of, it's of his WrestleMania gear of when he defended the Cruiserweight Championship, I believe against Tony Nese. I believe he lost it. But yes, this is his Joker themed gear, and obviously, as you guys probably know by now, I'm a big fan of the Joker. And after seeing pictures of this, I thought the man that did this custom did an awesome job. It's got like obviously all the correct paint on it, and then I think he did a layer of like either Mod Podge or some sort of like paint sealant, so that way it gives it like that nice glossy glow. It makes it look very official. Like this gear like used to be just like all red and white, and now it's got like this nice white like paint all over, and then it's got the purple and the green. I think it looks great, and obviously it displays really really well with the Cruiserweight Championship. The only thing that would make this better, and this isn't something that he would be able to do, the only thing that would make this better is if he was able to do the headband and the jacket that Buddy Murphy came out in. But yeah, Buddy Murphy, another wrestler, sadly released by WWE, but honestly, not really that sad, just because like they can go out, wrestle wherever they want, and probably do a hell of a lot better for themselves now that they're no longer in WWE. I seem to have a fascination with collecting wrestlers that are no longer with WWE, but I guess this is sort of like my collection of like lost greatness, you know, and sort of like some random figures. You know, we got like Tegan Knox, Chelsea Green, Matt Cardona, The Fiend. There's also a Triple H back here, but obviously he's not forgotten. But a lot of his visions, unfortunately, have been forgotten in recent times. But yes, Buddy Murphy with the Cruiserweight Championship, an awesome welcome addition to the collection in terms of wrestling figures, and especially in terms of custom wrestling figures. Um, let's see. I'm gonna go with this just because this is sort of a quick thing to talk about, but it will lead to more in the future. And what I mean by that is it is this. So I was out at the store and I was looking through like the collector cards section. And I don't really do a lot of card collecting, but recently AEW announced that they were doing like their own line of collectible cards, trading cards, and stuff like that. And I thought it would be interesting to maybe pick up a pack of those. I was out looking for them, obviously didn't find any, but what I did find was this pack, and I thought it would be interesting to do a pack opening of some of these 2021 WWE trading cards. So that's going to be a future video of its own. We're going to do a pack opening of that. Maybe I'll even get my brother to do it with me. He watches a show on YouTube called like uh Fuck Face and Break Shit. I think it's part of like Rooster Teeth or something like that, where they just open up like random trading cards and stuff like that. So I feel like that might be something fun for me and him to maybe do together, and maybe we'll get some cool stuff. But yeah, like I said, teasing a little bit of that. We're going to do a video for that on its own. So if you would like to keep up to date with that, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel and with the notification bell turned on. So that way, once I do that video, you guys will be the first to know. Let's see. I'm kind of flying through everything here, to be honest. Let's do a Funko Pop. You know, this was a Funko Pop that I picked up while I was also at the store. Just kind of was looking around. I went by the movie section, kind of looked at some of the Funko Pops that they did had, seeing if they had anything interesting. And wouldn't you know it, but they had something interesting. They had, from Venom Let There Be Carnage, they had the Walmart exclusive Carnage with all the tentacles and stuff. I think this actually used to have like a con sticker on it, like a Funko Con type of sticker, but I think it looks awesome, and obviously for the price that it was at Walmart, I think it was like $8, $12, something like that. But I've definitely seen these Funko Pops go for a lot online, but this is a great figure. And honestly, when I saw pictures of it online, I thought it was going to be a hell of a lot bigger, but obviously it's in a regular Funko Pop box, meaning that it will be fairly easy to display, and I can put it up here with all my other Marvel ones, and in the backpack where I have like all my Venomized ones, and I'll probably put this next to his father, Venom, which is still one of my favorite lines from Venom Let There Be Carnage, where Carnage is like standing next to the priest in the church, like getting ready to do the wedding, and he looks at Venom slash Eddie and says like, "Time for you to die, father." And then the priest gets all scared and he's like, "Not you, father, you, father." You know, I thought that was very funny. The Venom and Venom Let There Be Carnage are two very stupid movies, but they're just stupid movies that I enjoy. I don't know. I might be alone in that. You guys might agree with me. Let me know in the comment section below. Um, let's see. Let's hop back to wrestling figures for a moment with this one. So, one of my sub collections of wrestling figures is I tried to do the Undertaker throughout the ages. So I ended up picking up the Decade of Domination Undertaker. This is his debut attire from the Survivor Series. It's got the gray uh, tie and all this stuff. It's got this very nice head scan and everything, so that'll definitely go up on my shelf next to all my other Undertaker ones. And even the packaging is a little messed up already, so it'll be easy for me to open it up and take it out, meaning that I think the only version of Undertaker really that I have left to collect is they just announced a Mean Mark Calloway, which is um, obviously Undertaker's pre-Undertaker days in pro wrestling when he went by the name of Mean Mark Calloway back in, what was it, Smoky Mountain Wrestling? So that'll be an interesting one to keep an eye out for. But yeah, very happy to find this Undertaker for a very good price, honestly. Also on Mercari. Mercari has brought me like 90% of all my collectibles lately. So very happy for that. But collectibles can come from some very interesting places, which brings us on to our next item, which I got from Etsy. You would not think of this, but yeah, Etsy, the shop that's mostly done for like art stuff, you know, custom made art stuff. But no, this is a 1989 barrel of monkeys. It's a yellow barrel with red monkeys inside. And you may be wondering, like, what's so special about a barrel of monkeys, a yellow barrel of monkeys with red monkeys inside? This type of barrel of monkeys is not made anymore. And these go for a lot of money online. I think I paid like 20 bucks for this plus shipping and handling. But this is very rare. And the reason why I got this is because it's going to go on my Toy Story shelf. Obviously, it's a very, very small moment in the first film, but there's a moment where the toys try to rescue Woody and stuff like that with a barrel of monkeys. So I kind of wanted to get it for my collection. And yeah, I saw this while I was on Etsy searching for some other stuff that I might potentially buy in the future. Teases towards future episodes. But I found that, and it was obviously, like I said, for a really great price. Honestly, probably a price I would not beat anywhere else. Like I've seen on eBay and stuff like that, those types of barrels of monkeys going for like freaking hundreds of dollars. Like there's no way I'm paying that much for a barrel of monkeys that's just gonna sit on a shelf. But 20 bucks, not too bad. And Etsy, just Etsy, just you wouldn't think of that, honestly. Um oh, I'll be honest, I forgot about this. This is an action figure that I picked up after seeing Spider-Man No Way Home. Spoilers, but one of my favorite Spider-Men in that movie, Tobey Maguire, returned, and it made me want to collect a couple of his action figures, especially the ones that I had back in the day. So I ended up collecting this, the black suited Spider-Man, a very small figure, but also very cool one. This is one that I had when I was a kid. A very great figure, I think very well done, especially with the detail and stuff like that. And say what you will, the problems with Spider-Man 3 are very apparent, but one thing that I really, really loved about that movie was the score when they do the big reveal of like Spider-Man's black suit for the first time, where it's like the very like dominating like dark theme, like ba 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 ba. Like if you go back and listen to that, that is just very like scary but triumphant. And obviously his like newfound aggression with the suit leads us to some people's favorite Spider-Man scene of all time, where he's just walking down New York like boom bam, you know, doing all that. So yeah, very happy that I picked this one up. This will go on my comic book figure shelf next to my other couple Spider-Man verse figures, and hopefully with the release of Spider-Man No Way Home, maybe we'll get some Marvel Legends of regular Tobey Maguire, and maybe even Andrew Garfield. Sorry, guys, I'm filming this at like 2 in the morning, so I apologize for the little yawn. But this figure still very great, very small, but still very great figure. I don't know if I would be interested in collecting any of the other older ones, just because obviously they go for a lot of money. But this one, obviously, for being out of the packaging and stuff like that, was a very good price. So very glad that I picked that one up. I picked that one up off of eBay if you're interested, or if you're keeping track. Um, let's go with this. This is another quick one, but this is also for my Toy Story collection, and it's another one of those sort of like background detail characters and stuff like that from the first movie. It's a magic 8 ball. You know, Woody does it. You know, he says like, "Will Andy pick me?" Shakes it. Thing says, "Don't." Um, um, um. It just said, "Don't count on it." I swear I'm not making that up. It said, "Don't count on it," like it did in the movie. I'm trying to. Okay, it just flipped. But I swear it just said don't count on it like it does in the movie. Woody picks up the ball, shakes it, and he asks, "Will Andy pick me?" And then it says don't count on it. It just said that before it flipped. But yeah, that's why I picked this up. Very cheap price. Obviously, it could be very fun just to play with on its own. But I picked it up for my Toy Story collection, which now is just sort of getting into like the direction of like mini characters from like the movies and stuff like that. Obviously, there's sort of some like big name characters that I'm still missing that I might pick up. Like I said, teasing for future episodes. But yeah, the monkeys in a barrel and the magic 8 ball, two very small minor parts of Toy Story 1 that I picked up here today. But not the last Toy Story things that we'll talk about today. That's a tease for later. Let's talk about this. This is the last figure in the box. So on a previous episode, we talked about how I was collecting some of these Batman Arkham Knight figures. I collected the Batman Arkham Knight Scarecrow, and after that, I ended up picking up the Batman Arkham Knight Catwoman. Very great design in the packaging, comes with everything. Very excited to display this. I do like the design of this one, maybe a little bit better than the one for Batman Arkham City. Obviously, it's better in scale with the other figures, but yeah, very excited for this. This is from Series 2, which for Series 2 they did Nightwing, Robin, Catwoman, and Commissioner Gordon. Um, yeah, I think really the only other figure that I would be interested in getting from these Batman Arkham Knight series sets is the Harley Quinn for Batman Arkham Knight. So again, tease for a future episode potentially, but that is if you guys want to see it, let me know in the comment section below. But obviously it's more down to the fact that if this video gets a lot of views and I make quite a bit of money off of it, then we can talk buying some of that stuff. But I have, let's see, we have one more thing here. And like I said a little bit ago, we have one more Toy Story character to talk about here. And this is also from Toy Story 1, but he also comes back in Toy Story 2. I think he gets a mention in Toy Story 3. He's definitely not in Toy Story 4. Um, make that 2 yawns for this episode. But it is a very rare figure. This is a Disney on Ice exclusive, and still has the tag on him. I don't want to sort of reveal it yet, but he still has the Disney on Ice tag with him. It is Lenny, the binoculars from Toy Story, a Disney on Ice exclusive. Again, not very cheap, but somehow, some way, your boy's finding the best deals on eBay and stuff like that, and sneaking into some of those auctions at the very last second to try and snatch one of these. This came all the way from Japan, obviously. Not from the Kanishi Toy Museum. Shout out to all my Toy Story nerds that know what the hell that is. But yeah, very nice design, obviously in scale with all the rest of my figures. So this is definitely going to go on the Toy Story shelf. Again, another minor character. I think he only has like a few lines in the entire like franchise, but I love the design of it. Does not wind up at all. This is just kind of there for show. They don't really magnify anything really, but it's still a very nice display piece and is definitely going to look great on my shelf. Ooh. I was about to say that's all we got for today, but I just remembered we've got one more item. Hold on a second. Okay. My bad. I don't know how I forgot this guy, but like I said about the Lenny, it came from Japan. What I'm about to show you guys also came from Japan, and it is a part of one of the big time series that I do here on the channel, Human Fall Flat. I was thinking a long time ago, back when I made these clay figurines, wouldn't it be cool if Human Fall Flat had like some toys or like some sort of like action figure-y merchandise? And I was scrolling through Twitter one day, and I saw the Human Fall Flat Twitter account had retweeted a picture of somebody posting a picture of a Human Fall Flat plushie toy. And so I got into contact with this person asking like where the heck this is from. And they said that they sell them in Japan. They have them in like claw machines in Japan. And I was like, I got to get my hands on one of these. So I ended up contacting the person and asking them like, hey, if you end up winning another one of these, do you think maybe you could mail it to me and I'll pay for the shipping and stuff like that? And they said, yes, I actually do have an extra one. And we worked out the rates for it and no more buildup. I have a Bob from Human Fall Flat. It's a plush. It's a plush of Bob from Human Fall Flat, and he's still got the sticker on him here. And look at that. It's in Japanese writing and all that, and then in very small writing, I don't think you can see it, but it says, made in Japan only. Yeah, there we go. For sale in Japan only. So yeah, there it is. But yeah, the reason why I didn't have him set up here with everything else is because I've just had him like sitting on my bed, just because I don't know, he displays nicely there. He's a plush. He's like a pillow, very nice, he's very soft too. And I appreciate the person that got this to me. Looks very nice. I don't know why they only sell them in Japan, but yeah, it looks very nice. I honestly want to try and find a place to sit this. Maybe like somewhere up here, just so it's on very nice display. But yeah, Human Fall Flat is a very big deal for my channel. It really got a lot of my people, a lot of my subscribers subscribed to the channel, which is why I continuously plug it and try to do content of it. But yeah, this is a very nice figure, and it's a very tall, very, very tall. And obviously the head is very top heavy, which makes him fall over. But yeah, the body all over. We've got some beans in his arms, so kind of weighs down his arms. Same thing in the feet. And then everywhere else is very puffy and very soft. The bill of the hat is hard. There's like this little bend part here, but I think that's just from where it was in the bag. So yeah, bend that out, and you've got this awesome Human Fall Flat Bob plush. Heck, who knows? Maybe I'll just have him sit here with me whenever I'm filming videos or something like that. But yeah, I think that looks very awesome, and a very awesome last item to talk about here on this collection corner video. Let me know in the comments section down below which items you guys liked the most. Was it one of the action figures? Was it one of the custom figures? Was it the Carnage Funko Pop? Or was it good old Bob here? Let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you guys next time. See ya! Dun